Hey there, and welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm Barbara, your host for this tutorial, and this is in our All About That Stitch series. This is number 2 in the series, and we are going to build on the last stitch that we learned, which was the Elizabeth stitch. We learned how to do the Elizabeth stitch back and forth, and now this time we are going to learn how to do the Elizabeth stitch in the round, and we are going to create this really lovely pot holder in the round, and it will be a double-sided pot holder. There's one seam at the very end, and that's it. It's super easy, super fast, and I think you're going to love it. The things that you will need in order to make this, you will need a crochet hook, and I am currently using a size H 5.0 millimeter hook, and this is my Clover Amour. I love those hooks. You will need a yarn darner, some type of needle for the very end to stitch up that very last part. You'll need some yarn, and I am using Peaches and Cream in the Sea Breeze colorway. And you can use any 100% cotton yarn. It is recommended to use 100% cotton yarn if you're going to use these as a pot holder. If you're going to use them as any other item for your kitchen, you can use 80% cotton and 20% acrylic, but no less than 80% cotton is recommended. So for this purpose, I'm using 100% cotton. Let's get started. What you would do is chain 30. Now, for the purposes of this, I am going to chain, let's see, I think I'm going to chain 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is going to make a very small version. Maybe I need to go a little bit more than that. Maybe I will go 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so for the purposes of this tutorial, I have chained 18. You will chain 30, okay, in order to make this pot holder. For row 1, and to get us started, we are going to Elizabeth stitch in the second chain from the hook. And to Elizabeth stitch, we are going to skip the first chain, go into the second, and we are going to insert our hook, yarn over and pull the hook through. Okay, and then we are going to yarn over, insert into the same hook, into the same chain, yarn over and pull through. We have 4 loops on our hook. We are going to yarn over and pull through. We are going to chain 1. I need to get this yarn straightened out here. Oop, so sorry. Here we go. All right. This yarn on a cone can be challenging because it doesn't want to just pull along. So we did the chain 1. And then we are going to skip a stitch and Elizabeth stitch, and we're going to do that all the way to the end of the row. Skip, Elizabeth stitch, insert, yarn over, pull through. We have 2, yarn over. I like to hold that third one. Insert, yarn over, pull through. Now we have 4 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through. This is the Elizabeth stitch. For those of you who did not see the original Elizabeth stitch tutorial, this is super, super easy. Okay, so we are going to always remember to chain 1, and we are going to skip 1 and go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert into that same chain, yarn over, pull through, 4 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 4. Now this first row is tricky. It's tricky, so don't let it bother you. Don't let it get in your way. Don't let it discourage you. We can get through this first stitch, and then we will be flying through this project, I promise. Chain 1, always chain 1. Skip 1, insert hook, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 4. Oh yeah, this is going to be fun, fun, fun. You know, this is that fun yarn that likes to give me troubles. See that? So that's no problem. This is what I'm going to do to fix that. I'm going to pull this back out and I'm going to start over. Okay, skip 1, go into this stitch. See what happened. I think I went into that other stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert hook back into there, yarn over, pull through. This one is already smoother. So listen, if you run into a snag, no worries. Take that stitch out, start over. Yarn over and pull through all 4. See how much easier that was? And then chain 1. I think what happened was I went into a little bit of the chain at the bottom there, and it was not happy with me. All right, so I'm going to keep going all the way down until I get to the end. There we go, chain 1. Get some more yarn. This is a rather stiff yarn as well. 1, 2, go into this stitch and yarn over, go through. There we go, pull through and chain 1. There we go. We just have a few more to go. Skip, go into this. Now remember, I'm doing a swatch, so mine is going to be a lot smaller than your project. Chain 1, skip, go in. There we go. And always remember to chain 1. Okay, now we have 2 hooks left. Don't be fooled by this last one. That is actually your knot. Okay, skip 1, go into this one, and we are going to do an Elizabeth stitch right into there. And we have 4 loops on our hook. We're going to go through all 4, and we are going to chain 1. Is put 2 more Elizabeth stitches into this last stitch, and we are going to round the corner. Are you ready? Okay, Elizabeth stitch. There we go. Chain 1, 1 more Elizabeth stitch. Chain 1. Very good. So I'm going to tighten up this knot right here. Now we have gone around the corner here, and in this last one we have placed 3 stitches. Okay, so we have 3 stitches in the end there, and then we are going to match the stitches stitch by stitch of what we just did going down the row. Okay, so we are going to, here we go. We've chained 1, and we are going to go into that loop right here where the Elizabeth stitch was, okay? And that's what we're going to go into. So it's super easy. The stitch is right there for you to go right into. So this would be our chain, and then this right here where the Elizabeth stitch was, that is where we're going to go into right here, okay? There we go. So we are just matching stitch by stitch the previous row. So this is where the Elizabeth stitch went into. I'm sorry if I'm putting that down too far. And this is how we are going to make this work. Okay. All right. Next one. That end wants to grab me. Okay. Oh, and look what just popped up. A nice little yarn knot. That's okay. We can get rid of that. Super quick. There we go. Ta-da, like a little bit of magic there. Okay. And now we are at the very end where that first stitch was formed, and we are going to do 2 more because we are going to count this one as one of our 3, okay? So here we go. I'm going to go in there, do an Elizabeth stitch, chain 1, do another Elizabeth stitch, chain 1, and then here we go in the round. We're starting the round. Are you ready? So these Elizabeth stitches, we are going to go into, okay, so this is the stitch right here that we're going to go into, okay? So we're going to go in here, and because we're doing it in the round, we're going to go into this stitch right here. Do you see that stitch right there? That is the stitch that we're going into. So we're going to do an Elizabeth stitch in this one, and chain. Do you see this stitch right here? This one right here. We're going to go into here and do an Elizabeth stitch. So just go ahead and look for that stitch. I'm making it easy for you. We're not counting. We're just looking for that stitch. Okay, there we go. Don't forget to chain 1, and we are going to keep on going all the way around. And this is how we're going to crochet this project. We're just going to keep on going until we make the middle meet. Okay, so let's keep on going. Okay, now for this one, you might have to coax the Elizabeth stitch to be in the round right at first. Okay, so we're going to go in here. This is that stitch right there. There you go. See, you can find that stitch. No problem. Listen, if you ever have trouble finding the stitch, just pull your work apart a little bit and that stitch will just appear. So we're going to keep going. Okay, need some more yarn. There we go. Now, from now on, when we get to the corners, we're not changing anything, and you always want to work from the outside. So as it starts curling, you want to encourage it to go up this way. Do you see that? Okay. And we're going to keep going and keep going. When you work this stitch in the round, it looks just like this, like a little pocket. However, the trick is to fold this flat. And when you fold this flat, then all you have to do is stitch up this center and you have a double thick pot holder. Now remember, this is my little tutorial, so this one is very small, but I did do another round, and I think what I'm going to do is go to this corner. So let me continue, because when we are working in the round this way, this is the end, but when we fold it, this will actually be the end. And I want to finish in this end here so that I can have a nice straight edge. Okay. I think I just have a few more stitches to go, and I will be ready to sew this up. All right. Let's see where we're at. And this is how you do it. You just keep folding, keep checking. Oh yeah, perfect. Look at that. Look at that. I think I'll do one more and then I will be ready. Look at that. Nope, actually, I think it looks pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is take my needle, and I can't locate my scissors at the moment, but I'm going to cut off a very long end, and I'm going to take my needle and I'm just going to whip stitch this together. I'm going to take this. I'll give you an example right here. Okay, so we can see this right here. So what I'm going to do is take this and this, and I am going to sew them together. And I'm just going to whip and then come into this one. I will pull that through, and then I will go into the next one and pull that through, and then go into the next one and pull that through. And I'll keep doing that until I get it all sewn together. And then I will have this. This is what the whip stitch looks like right here. And of course, this is a larger version of this one. But you know what? I kind of like this one too. This one is very nice also. So you can make these any size you like. And I am super excited about these. I love these colors. I love the colors together. Can you imagine giving these as a gift? And so if you did this with a little scrubby yarn, then they could use this as a scrubby in a smaller version, and then this as a pot holder. Very nice. Very nice little gift. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and be safe, be kind, and let's get hooking and have a great day. Much love to everyone.